How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Paper Mario episode. In the last video, we finished off General White's little hunt, and in this episode we got to the moon, and we're gonna continue on forward. So, to start off on the moon, we do have this kind of weird movement on this area, but we have a new enemy right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take him out. I probably should have taken out the hammer ability, but it is what it is. Yoshi will be very useful, and I forgot to change, of course. So, we're gonna let these guys attack us for the time being, but we're gonna switch to Goombella, that way we can tattle them. So, as you can see here, this is a Moon Cleft, pretty much a moon variant of all the clefts we've seen before. That's a Moon Cleft. It's your basic cleft living on the moon. Max HP is 6, attack is 5, and defense is 5. Defense is high as usual, and fire attacks don't work well against it. If you can turn it over with an explosion though, its defense drops down to 0. So yeah, nice to keep in mind. Oh my god, he immobilizes us. They only really have one main attack. It is pretty much to charge up, and we might actually die here. They do quite a bit of damage, especially with us. But I want to mention that Yoshi kind of makes quick work of them, because his global ability pretty much just kind of destroys them. Alrighty. So like I was saying, pretty much what you want to do, you'll see these kind of cracked little brick walls in here and there. Just go ahead and use Bobbery to blow them up, and they occasionally have stuff on them. This one has a Volt Room. Not all of them will have stuff, so just want to mention that. Like I was saying, we want to continue on forward, and you'll see that there's rocks in all these, like, kind of cracks in the rocks, and you'll see a bunch of Moon Clefts. So just kind of avoid them if you can. They do a quite hefty amount of damage, especially if you don't have your hammer ability like myself. But you come to some more of this area. I just want to mention that you can go left or right of that safe area where you first landed, and it pretty much is the same amount of time. I just decided to go right because I'm not sure why, but just kind of keep heading to the right. And I want to mention that I really like this idea of like being on the moon. So yeah, like I was saying, I really like this idea of being on the moon, like, and your movement being slowed. However, I just feel it's a bit too much. Like, moving through this area is really slow. Like, I was hoping, like, you know, at least our jumps would be higher, and like our movement overall would be like at least a little bit faster. Here we actually have ourselves another new enemy, which is probably one of the most annoying one. And here we actually have ourselves the Z-Yux, I believe. Yes, the Z-Yux. So, with Miss Goombella's saddle, that's a Z-Yux. It's a genetic improvement on the original Yux. Max HP is 7, attack is 4, and defense is 0. Multiple Mini-Z-Yux will appear to protect the main unit, as you'd expect. Sometimes they also restore HP to the main unit, which really burns me up. It doesn't have much HP, but those barriers often protect it from attacks. So yeah, every time it attacks, whether it be like with its ring toss or by healing HP, it'll always spawn a Mini-Z-Yux. But you want to take these guys out as possible, because once they are spawned in, they pretty much provide an impenetrable shield that you can't break through until you defeat all the little Mini-Z-Yux. So let's go ahead and take this guy up. Down here at the very bottom right, we have ourselves a Power Punch. Nice and dandy, definitely useful. I'm sure you saw a Glycerin before, but right behind this little rock, we have ourselves a Star Piece. Nice and dandy. And over here, we see kind of this little big dome behind the background with a pipe in the background as well. Just go ahead and use Bobbery's ability to bomb this rock up, and you should reveal a pipe. There's nothing to the left, which is kind of unfortunate. I was hoping they would hide something over there, but yeah, there really isn't anything. However, once we go into the actual base, we open the door and everything. Rather suspicious building, wouldn't you say, oh boy? Do be careful, eh? Alrighty, we're gonna switch to Goombella, because here shortly we do have a new enemy. We don't even know where this place is, as you can see by those question marks down there. But I'm sure you can tell what this place is just by pretty much knowing what this is. Now, once inside, who's that, dude? Whoa, that's Mario. So let's get him. And here we have technically a mini-boss. I wouldn't really consider it a mini-boss. You're going to be fighting these guys pretty often. And whoa, we actually have a guy with some good stuff. Jeez. We're gonna go ahead and tattle this guy for the time being. And here we have ourselves as an elite X-Naut. This guy is a creme de la creme of the X-Nauts. Max HP is 10, attack is 5, and defense is 1. He'll use regular attacks as well as boosting his power or size. Elite X-Nauts are tough, but you have to have a smack away until they go down. So yeah, their defense is a little bit hefty. However, like since we have all those badges equipped, it really is no big deal for our current attack style. But they really have two main attacks. They're pretty much a tackle, and pretty much they can use their what's it called? They can use potions to kind of buff them up to make them bigger or stronger. So yeah, let me go ahead and I think we're gonna go ahead and try this out. I don't think I've showed it. So, and I messed that up. Of course I did. There we go. I wanted that bad, so you gotta P up, D down, pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this guy out. They're honestly not too difficult as long as your attack is pretty high. If your attack isn't that high, Yoshi probably is your best bet for these guys. Yeah! Mario, these X-Naut soldiers running around means... Yes, I'm positive. The Crystal Star must be here too. Peach must be here too. Let's find her, dearie. Indeed. So, as you can see, we are actually in the X-Naut Fortress. If you didn't guess that already. We're gonna go ahead and switch to Sublevel because we have quite a few new enemies in this area. So, let's go ahead and begin. Shall we? Now, you come into this little corridor at the beginning, and there should be an enemy towards the very end of this corridor. Just one of these guys, the little elite X-Nauts, as well as... Yeah, just them. You'll take them out. Alrighty, defeating that guy. You want to ignore the elevator to the left. There's nothing we can do at the moment, so we want to go to the right. And we come to this little room, kind of with a path lit up for us. You're going to want to memorize it. However, you can kind of differentiate where the exact path is. It glows a little different than the other block. I don't know if it's hard to tell, but it's definitely there. But here we get ourselves an elevator key. And to the left over here we have an item, which is a super shroom that'll be handy useful later. So after getting that elevator key, you're gonna want to head back to the elevator to the left as we saw previously. Go ahead and press this, and now we have to insert that. Nice and dandy. So this little area is really cool. However, I feel like there's not enough dialogue in this area. We're gonna go ahead to Sublevel 2. There isn't much you can do at Sublevel 1 at the moment, so just go to Sublevel 2. But eventually we should come down here, and we have ourselves some new enemies as well. I know for sure down here. Let's go ahead and dodge that. And we still got it. Oh, they actually did spawn with him. Well then, sure. Okay. So we have ourselves the Z-Yux as well as the X-Naut PhD. This guy is actually pretty difficult, and you're gonna want to take him out pretty quickly. So here we have, that's an X-Naut PhD. Guys like this invent all the annoying things we fight. Maximum speed is 9, attack is 4, and defense is 0. He likes to throw beakers of chemicals. The chemicals do all kinds of stuff, like making things huge or burning people. He may also use potions to heal himself or make himself impossible to hit. X-Naut PhDs are really annoying, so take them out before they boost themselves. Yeah, they can be quite annoying. They have a chemical throw, which pretty much makes himself dodgy, a red throw, an orange throw, let's see what else, a yellow, purple, and yeah, they all do different things. It's you want to just think about as soon as possible because they have a variety of different attacks that can hurt you. The yellow one, it pretty much hurts us both, and I believe it shrinks us, I want to say. No, it just hurts us. Okay, that one's not too bad. However, he does have a few that can actually make us smaller, shrink us. That is this purple shit. Alrighty, and we defeat them. Not too difficult in all honesty, but they're just annoying if they're in big groups. So right over here, just ignore these doors for now. You can go into them if you like, but we're actually gonna go all the way to the right. Actually, we're gonna want to go left to the very door on the exit, and we'll see this kind of room. And as you can see on the background, right over there, you'll see the path that you need to follow. However, you can also differentiate the paths. These kind of are a bit brighter in a sense than the rest of the other blocks. So yeah, just follow that. However, just memorize that pattern right there, and eventually you should come to the very end. And in this level chest, we get ourselves a card key. Nice and dandy. And on top of that, we also have ourselves an item over here, which is a sleepy sheep. Not too useful, but hey, it's there. We'll probably use it for some of these smaller enemies. I don't think it'll be too useful for the main boss. But now we actually want to head to the very right. Alrighty, after coming to the very end, we come to this little room. You might remember this from Peach's Interlude. We're going to want to take this guy out. This is one of the most annoying enemies in the game as well. We're not going to defeat it right away, but just kind of stomp on it once. That's fine. Now, let's go ahead and tallow him, shall we? That is a Cross-Yux, I think? That's an X-Yux. I hear it's read as Cross-Yux, not as X-Yux. Anyway, this is a new Yux designed to protect extra important areas. They were designed to be unbeatable, they're not. Max speed is 10, attack is 3, and defense is 1. It can produce 2 Mini-X-Yuxes at once, and it has an excellent success rate of immobilizing opponents. We gotta do something about that if we're gonna win. Yeah, these guys are pretty annoying. They not only spawn 2 X-Yuxes on their attacks, however, they also can immobilize you on their attacks. So, if you get hit with them, it's pretty deadly, to say the least. So I take them out as quickly as possible, and it looks like we actually level up on this area. Nice and dandy. I think for this level lot, oh, this one's a hard one. I don't know if I want to go with HP or BP. I'm thinking BP for the time being. We leveled our HP last episode, so we're gonna go with BP. Alrighty, nice and dandy. And to the right, we come to the room before, however we were dressed as Peach. Now in here we have yet another key card, as you can see. And I believe that's everything in this room. Yeah, that should be pretty much everything in this room. I don't think there's anything else. So, yeah, we're gonna want to go back to that little area with the elevator again. However, before we even continue on forward, we're gonna enter this room and take out this guy. Alrighty, after defeating that little X-Naut, we're gonna want to go up here. You kind of see this little vent kind of just hanging off. And we want to go to the left, however, I want to show something off on the right. If we come over here, we actually can see that we come in here, and I think this is one of the funniest little things, but if we exit, we actually get some little 8-bit music. I love it. Look at Goombella. I think it's so cute. Anyways, here you have yourself a kind of a code to like a little specific area. You're going to want to memorize that. It's 014029. You don't have to come in here, but I think that is super useful and I love it so much. But anyways, let's go back into that room we were just in and instead head to the left. Alrighty, so we come to this little area and instead we want to go to the left and kind of just use your paper ability to speed between those things. And in here we have one of the most important rooms you're going to find later. Go ahead and use this Koopa's ability or Yoshi's ability, whichever works for you. Get yourself cocked and press this button. This will be useful later. We're not going to go through it just yet. We'll reveal that at a later episode. However, this time we're actually going to want to go up another level to Sublevel 1. So let's go to Sublevel 1 indeed. Now, we didn't come over here before because we, 1, didn't know the code, and 2, because there's something, that code we needed was for a room over here. Alrighty, back into this room. We couldn't do anything before. You're going to use that cog, and you're going to want to press this buttons in this order. Number 1, number 3, and number 2. It turns on this machine right here, and you should have the ability to pretty much create a crane game. It's pretty interesting how they do this. It's kind of odd. Okay, and yes, you just want to press A to move it to the side and B to move it forward or backwards. Yeah, as you can see, it stops pretty much as soon as you let go of the button, and eventually you just want to kind of line it up with the little area whatever you're picking up. And right here, we're actually going to go ahead and cut all this to kind of just to get the things, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. We get our star piece, the first one. For the second one, we get ourselves a Feeling Fine, make Mario immune to poison or dizziness. And lastly, you get yourself a Feeling Fine P. Pretty much the same thing for your ally. Now, next up, you're going to want to go to the very right of this room instead. And we're going to bring out Goombella because I just realized I forgot to tell an enemy we saw earlier. So, give me a second. After defeating that elite X-Naut, just go ahead and enter your access code we saw previously. You want to put 0, 1, 4, 0, and 2, and 9. Yeah, kind of odd how they give you like all these little characters, but only make you use 6 of them. Access code accepted. eventually you come to this room, and inside this room we have ourselves one of these guys. We saw them previously in chapter 1. A lot of references to chapter 1. Kind of odd. Who are you, huh? You came here to get the elevator key so you can access the computer room? Yeah, I thought so. Well then, you're gonna have to beat me to get it. And if you lose, your life is mine. You hear that? Mine. So what you wanna do? Challenge it, chum. You're mine now. And in here we get one of these little kind of rooms. And here we go, folks. The main event of the 66th annual quirk quiz. Yay. If you get 5 correct answers of the following, then you will win. But if you just get 3 wrong answers, you're toast. You don't want to be toast, folks. Well, what are you waiting for, huh? Here we go. Question number 1. Exactly what's hidden in here? I mean, it's pretty obvious. You get yourself a elevator key, I believe. Indeed we are. Yarr! You're correct, crud. But that was an easy one. You won't do so well on this next one, I guarantee that. Here you go, sucker. Now, question number 2. What's the name of the girl in Pedagogue who waiting for Coop's return? Pretty easy. Coopy Coop. Yarr! You're correct, crud. But that was an easy one. You won't do so well on the next one, guarantee that. Here we go, sucker. Now, question 3. Goomba, Lava, Bubble, and Boo have how many feet total? 6 feet. Yup, indeed we are correct. Next one. Question 4. It's elementary for non-idiots. What is the one and only diamond star? It is actually in Cook to the Belly. The Glitchfell had the orange one, I believe. Course 66 had the blue one, and Potion 63 had the... I forgot, the red one? I think? I don't know. I have one of those wrong, probably. Look to the belly. Anyways, we're gonna answer these next ones wrong because I want to show off what happens if you actually get them wrong. So, for question number 5, what was the name of the first champion? It's Prince Mush. We're gonna go ahead and click wrong. Yes. Okay, we get 1 answer wrong. Now for the question number 6, what did Francesca and Frankie from Roadport lose on Key How Key? A ring. We're gonna go ahead and use a bling. Yup. Get that wrong. And last question. Here's our last question. What number question is this? I mean, this one's obvious. Like, it says the number right above our head. It's number 7, but we're gonna go ahead and number 4. Yes. If you got this wrong, I really don't know what you would do. But if you do happen to get it wrong for any reason whatsoever, this is what happens. Time for punishment round, prod. We get 2 X-Yuxes. And the reason why I wanted to kind of show these off is because we actually want to tattle their Mini-Yux. So give me a second to get them to spawn. So once they attack, you actually get 2 Mini-Yuxes. Yeah, this is what I mean by these guys are pretty annoying. You want to take them out pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and start off with a tattle, shall we? That's a Mini-X-Yux. It lives to protect the X-Yux. Up to 4 can guard the X-Yux. Max HP is 1, attack is 0, and defense is 0. You can't attack the main unit until you get these annoying pests out. So use multiple strike attacks to take them out all at once. So yeah, like I was saying, these guys are really annoying because they spawn multiple of them. So if you don't have a multiple attack little ability, this is actually pretty difficult. So yeah, let me go ahead and defeat this guy. After defeating those guys. No, you beat my cute little underlings. How could you? Crowd, jerk, just take this and go. After defeating that, you pretty much get the card key either way, well, like elevator key. So, regardless if you answer the questions right or wrong, as long as you defeat those guys, you get the key. But anyways, guys, on that note, we're gonna end things off here. Thank you all for watching. As always, make sure to leave a like if you liked it. Subscribe to become part of the fam today, and next time on Paper Mario 1000 Your Door, we'll be heading deeper into this little area and see what lies ahead. See you guys then.